You know, sometimes when you have a single member LLC business and you're looking for a business loan, especially with EIN only, no personal guarantee, you can be a little scared because you don't understand how the process works. So in today's conversation, I have decided to make a full, I want to give you a full formula for success. So if you are a single member LLC right now, you are looking for a business loan with EIN only, no personal guarantee, I want you to listen from A to Z. I will be spilling a lot of beans, explain everything to you so you will know what to do, okay? So here are the steps I really want you to pay attention to. The very first thing I want you to do, if you are looking for a single member LLC business loan with EIN only, no personal guarantee, you want to learn what the lenders are looking for. So the thing here is that when we talk about lenders, we are speaking about a variety of institutions. You have your local bank, you have your national bank, you have your local credit union, you have your national credit union, you have online lenders, you have alternative lenders. So you have about 4 to 5 different players here. So you got to ask yourself, okay, which should you want to go after? You want to go after banks and credit unions if you have a solid relationship with them already at the personal level. Okay. And if your credit score is kind of decent, that's fine too. Or if your LLC has established business credit, that's fine too. Now, if your credit score, I'm talking about here, your business credit score, because when we talk about LLC and we talk about EIN only, your personal credit score doesn't matter anymore. If you play your cards right, if you apply specifically based on what I'm about to tell you, your business credit score will be the only thing mattering here. That will be the only thing that matters here. Okay. So if you go for alternative lenders, you need to know exactly what they're looking for. So they're looking for things like, all lenders to a certain level of, I would say, detail will want you to have a certain time in business, personal credit score or business credit score for that matter, really depending on the industry you're in. Okay. And business credit score, we're speaking about the three, not just one, because a lot of a single member LLC believe that it's only paydesk score that really matters. From Dun & Bradstreet, yes, it is the most prominent one right now in the industry, but a lot of single member LLC business lenders also will consider the Experian credit score, but also your Equifax credit score, business credit score, of course. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. We love having this kind of conversations every now and then. It's just fantastic. Another thing you need to really pay attention to, that lenders want to see, if you are a single member LLC looking for a business loan with EIN only, no personal guarantee, they want to look at your cash flow. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you are a smallie or you are a biggie. They will look at your cash flow. Now, there are 3 ways to actually analyze cash flow here. You have the hard way, which is they will basically ask you to provide your statement of cash flows. So this is actually the accounting report that shows 3 types of activities. So the trifecta is operating cash flows, like cash flows from operating activities, cash flows from investing activities, and cash flows from financing activities. So you have this trifecta gives you a little idea about the liquidity level of your LLC, your single member LLC. That's the first option to actually prove your cash flows. Then you have what we call the midway way of proving your LLC cash flows, which is they will ask to see your bank statements. So they want to see your last 3 bank statements, and they'll analyze, they'll see the inflows and outflows and see the liquidity in and out, and really have some kind of estimate about how much your LLC, your single member LLC, is pulling in every single month. Okay. That's the midway option. The hardcore option is the lender will just ask you to connect your bank account, your business bank account, to their system. Or they'll ask you to connect your accounting system, your accounting software, to their system. If you're using QuickBooks, if you're using Wave, you're using Xero, you're using Zoho Books, you're using FreshBooks, they'll ask you to connect your FreshBooks, whatever software you have, to their account so they can monitor things in real time. And the lenders also might want to ask you to provide collateral. Collateral here, we're speaking about the business level, okay? Business level. So if your single member LLC does have, let's say, a couple of business assets you want to collateralize, to get a loan with EIN only. This is kind of cool because when we talk about no personal guarantee, if there has to be a guarantee, there has to be at the business level, and also the industry. What kind of industry your single member LLC is in? Okay, those are things that lenders pay attention to before considering, your loan. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's conversation. I'm talking to you. I'm contextualizing for you how to apply for a single member LLC business loan with EIN only, no personal guarantee. The second thing I want you to do here is that if you're looking for this type of loan, you need to decide what type of a loan that you really need. Okay. First, you want to learn what lenders are looking for. Second, you will need to decide, because see, when we talk about single member LLC business loan with EIN only, no personal guarantee, it's not just one type of loan. Actually, you have a variety of LLC business loans that you can actually apply for with EIN only, no personal guarantee, if you know what you're doing. Okay, so you can apply for things like traditional bank loans. You have micro loans. You have online loans. You have lines of credit. Okay, now when we talk about traditional bank loans, you have bank loans those are great if you have a great relationship with your bank, right? For example, you are with Chase or Truist or Citibank or Bank of America, and you just want to apply with them. That's kind of fine. If you remember, I just said, and don't listen to folks actually telling you cannot apply for an EIN only business loan for your LLC at a traditional bank. You can do it. You can do it. We have the formula. We advise our clients, and we've been doing this for 30 years. So this is nothing new for us. Okay. And the one thing I want to say here is that banks they have their requirements are a little high though. Then you also have online loans, right? I'm talking about the OnDeck of the world. I'm talking about the Fundbox of the world, the Funding Circle of the world. So this could be a possibility also, where you can actually get a loan for $25,000 to, let's say, $500,000, for example, easy if you know how to really apply. And also you can consider a line of credit for your LLC, for your single member LLC, so that you're able to actually you have access to funds that you can actually borrow from again and again and again. So when you really think about it, this is actually a great, like an LLC business line of credit is a great source of capital if you want to have access to something to fund everything from inventory to working capital. Okay, but because if you have uneven cash flow, if you have a series of ups and downs, a yo-yo sort of a pattern in your business liquidity, you will need actually a business line of credit to sort of smooth things out. When we talk about the type of loan or the type of finance you need for your single member LLC, you might want to consider merchant cash advance. So if your single member LLC has, let's say, electronic sales, like electronic card sales, it can be credit card sales or debit card sales, there is a possibility here where you can qualify for a merchant cash advance, also called a business cash advance. Okay, and basically this is the type of funding that is based upon the monthly or annual revenue, and it can range from $5,000 to $500,000 depending on the transactional amount of the underlying, like depending on the transactional amount of the underlying sales. Okay, so this is really important to think about that. And also, boss, let me quickly remind you once again, I like to do this because I want to contextualize the conversation. I want to remind you very quickly about today's topic. We're having a conversation about how to actually get a massive single member LLC business loan with EIN only and no personal guarantee. And I'm still explaining to you the fact that you got to be very clear about the type of loan that you are going after. Okay, so the next loan I want to acquaint you with is cash flow loans. So cash flow loans are based on cash flow. If you remember earlier, I was just talking to you about the fact that lenders are looking for a cash flow among other elements. Okay, so if you happen to have very healthy cash flows, you can actually apply for cash flow loans, whereby you have a higher probability of being accepted. Okay, so this is actually the quintessential EIN only LLC business loans, because Yeah, they're looking at just your cash flow, nothing about your credit history or whatever. Okay, and so you also might want to consider vendor financing, for example. This could be a great possibility also for you to actually get the cash you need real fast. So actually, instead of getting some cash, you basically get financing from the vendor. So you buy from Uline, you buy from Quill, you buy from Granger, you buy from whatever vendor you have out there. You buy from Nav, and they don't actually give you cash, but they actually help you build credit. So those are things you need to be really, really aware of in the short run, because they do have long-term consequences. Now, one thing I want you to do here is that if you want to actually apply for a single member LLC business loan with EIN only, no personal guarantee, you need to actually find out how to get approved. Now, it really depends upon the lender, because some lenders can pre-screen your application with a few questions. You'll get a yes or no within minutes, and then you will have to provide additional information to find out how much you will get and what you will pay in interest and fees. And so this is really important. And, an online lender may be more likely to say yes to you, even if you're a startup. Okay. So now here is the part that I really want you to pay attention to. You need to gather documents. Okay. And I want you to really pay attention really, really, really deeply here. If you want to apply with EIN only, don't apply actually through the regular form. The business loan application form. Do not apply through it, because they have in there your social security number. They will ask you. So you have to apply directly at a branch if you are a credit union, if you want to have a credit union or loan or bank, or you can apply over the phone, or you can actually apply via email. Okay. And this is where you have to put things like your business plan. You got to put things like your business bank account, your tax returns for the last 2 to 3 years. So if you're an LLC, a single member LLC, your tax returns, you don't file a business tax return, so you don't have a 1065. You have a 1040, but you have to put your info on Schedule C's. So the lender must see your Schedule C information to see how much you're producing every single year. Okay, you got to put things like any applicable licenses and registrations for doing business in your state. So everything you can do to actually show that you are a legit business will help you out big time in the long run. Okay, and this is something you need to pay attention to very, very seriously, because at the end of the day, it's the only thing that proves that you are really you really understand what you really are doing. And you may have to provide things like financial projections, for example. So I was just talking to you about the cash flow statements, but you also have 3 other financial statements. You have the income statement, you have the cash flow statements. Of course, I already said that one. You have the balance sheet, and you also have the statement of retained earnings, statement of owner's equity, rather. One thing I want to say here is that you got to be very clear about what you want. And being clear about what you want means you have to choose a lender. Okay. If you want to apply for an EIN only, no personal guarantee, business loan for your single member LLC, you got to choose a lender. If you remember what I told you earlier, when we talk about choosing a lender, you actually have a choice to make. You can either choose a direct lender. Okay. You can choose a lending marketplace. You can choose a peer-to-peer lending platform. So when we talk about direct lenders, you have banks, credit unions, and online lenders. There are some alternative lenders also that will give you money directly. Okay, so this is something you need to really be thankful for. And I want to also say that lending marketplaces play a wonderful role, a bigger role when it comes to giving loans and credit, like giving loans and lines of credit to LLCs of all stripes. It doesn't matter if it's a single member LLC or a multi-member LLC, it doesn't really matter. Okay. And you also have so the peer-to-peer lending marketplaces, lending platforms are also great. I'm talking about credit. I'm talking about Lending Club, for example. Okay, this is a great one. I'm speaking about Lending Tree, for example. This is another wonderful one. The bottom line here is that you have a choice. You have a choice when it comes to the lender you want to go after. And making that choice is crucial because it's going to determine whether or not you will be qualified for a business loan or business line of credit for your LLC. I also want to say here is that the bottom line here is that you got to ask yourself, anytime you want to borrow, you want to ask yourself, why do I need that much money? Is it justified? Okay. Is it going to help you actually move to the next level? If it's not, then you want to drop it. Because it's very easy to be distracted by certain things and forget about why you wanted to get the loan in the first place. Okay, are you getting the loan because you're trying to do like your next door competitor, or you really need it to actually run your business? Okay, this is really important. And if you are a single member LLC, you need to have that relationship, because this is only you, and this is not good. You got to be at least have a few people around you. Okay. So the last part here is you need to fill out the application. And I have mentioned this before. It's one of those things you want to be very careful about. And when we talk about making sure that you are really clear about how to actually fill out the application, and if you want to fill out the application, go to a branch. If you are going to fill out the application at a bank, go to a branch. Bank or credit union, go to a branch. Okay. If you want to actually do it online, then give a call to the lender first to explain your situation and see why you would like to actually have this business loan with EIN only. Okay. And basically, one thing you need to understand here is that you don't really need to have, there's no specific amount you need to hit before getting an LLC business loan for your single member with EIN only, no personal guarantee. But the only thing is there has to be a consistent ratio between your cash flows and your loan amount, the loan amount you're asking for. So in other words, if they grant, the lender is going to do a stress test to see whether or not, if they approve you for this loan, whether you will be capable of actually paying the business loan 1 year from now, 2 years from now. You need to understand, when we talk about a single member LLC, we're speaking about a company that actually has that really revolves around one person. So you just have to pray that nothing happens to this person, because everybody else will actually people will actually suffer a lot. And this is one of those things that it's really important to have in mind, that you are clear about how much money you need and how do you actually get the best of your loan proceeds. Okay. And choose the best loan for you. Okay. You want to choose the best loan after doing research, of course, and making sure that you are actually fulfilling the requirements of the lender you are considering. Okay. And this doesn't matter if later on you change your single member LLC to your multi-member LLC. It doesn't really matter. The bottom line here is that you will not be penalized for some, like banks or other lenders will not just give you a lower loan amount because they think you're a single member LLC. No. They'll look at the solidity of your application. They'll look at the effectiveness of your business loan application, okay, before even making a decision on your case. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was just talking to you quickly about how to get approved for a single member LLC business loan with EIN only, no personal guarantee. So I actually showed you the steps, okay? And I also give you a bonus here at the end of the conversation. So thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. God bless you, and I'll see you next time.